So back in the day when Marvel announced that it was going to be building a cohesive universe that was all going to interconnect with a bunch of different movies across different studios and different times that were all going to meet up for one singular purpose to bring us the Avengers, pretty much everybody doubted that this could be a reality. We jump forward another 8 years and here they are being the #1 brand in the world and the biggest thing in box office history. And currently with Phase 3 being off to a huge start with Captain America Civil War and Ant-Man, and later on this year we're of course going to be getting Doctor Strange, everything in their future is looking brighter than ever. But of course it's not just those movies. We of course know that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and Spider-Man Homecoming are both coming next year along with Thor: The Dark World. And then of course down the road there are a bunch more movies that have been announced by the House of Mouse. And recently, while talking to some of the investors and talking about the future of these franchises, now no specifics were mentioned, but of course this is coming from Bob Iger, who is the big head honcho over at Disney and oversees everything. He had this to say, and I quote, "We've got movies in either development or production, some nearing completion. Through the end of this decade, we are beginning to talk about what we want to do the next decade, and so on." Now obviously majority of the Phase 3 movies are pretty much set in stone. I mean, they're probably going to add another Spider-Man movie before the end of 2019 because that was kind of in those leaked negotiations between Sony and, Disney that were happening, so that's more than likely getting added on there. And who knows if they regain Fantastic Four or something and they decide to rush that into production. But largely, we know the majority of Phase 3. Now, when it gets to Phase 4, we pretty much only know one movie, and that's going to be The Inhumans. Now, The Inhumans is pretty much their new Doctor Strange. When you look at Doctor Strange, that movie was originally going to be in Phase 1. Kevin Feige really wanted to push it. It didn't happen. Phase 2 didn't happen. Phase 3, okay, it's finally happened in Phase 3. So The Inhumans is a sure thing because he really wants to get that out there. But other than that, they're still kind of in this weird place and location and time where majority of the stuff going forward still needs to be tested out. And I'm definitely going to be making a video talking about what I think is going to be announced in Phase 4, 5, and 6 and how I think they shape it. But that's a completely different video that would run this like another 10 minutes that I just don't have time to do right now. Thanks Windows 10 for messing up my PC, so I have to edit on a second PC where render times are 4 times longer. Thumbs up! So you guys can let me know your opinion down below.